Gail's Southern Living. Today I'm going to be making a medium chunky salsa from things in my garden. So please hang out and see what I put in it. Alright, so I'm going to start with the base of it, which is tomatoes. I've already washed the tomatoes, the cilantro, and the peppers. So we're going to start with the tomatoes. So I have made this before, but it's been a while. But my husband is having like a company picnic, and at the company picnic they're going to do a contest, right? I'm just going to put the pieces I don't need over here. I'll throw them away later. So he's going to do the horseshoe contest, the horseshoe throwing contest thing. And I'm going to do the salsa. So I have done this, but it's been a while. Now last time I did this, I did do it with my own tomatoes. This time, I don't have tomatoes yet. So, I bought the tomatoes that are the vine ripe tomatoes, the ones that are still on the vine in the store, because I thought they would be the freshest possible, because I wanted the freshest possible ingredients. I'm just going to cut these tomatoes pretty small. Because I want it to be a chunky salsa. I like my salsa chunky. I don't like it, like a blended thing without chunks in it. So, chunky salsa. I'm going to try to make it about medium as far as heat goes. So I have to just keep trying it. And I did mean to go to the store and get some chips for that. But since I didn't do that, I'm just going to try it with a spoon until I get it to the level that I want it to be. So I am so excited to finally get tomatoes in the garden. I have some little cherry ones that are on the vine right now, little clumps. I think they're the Sweet 100 or Sweet 1000 cherry tomatoes. So I should have some soon. Right now they're just green, so they're not ready to be picked yet. I have picked my own jalapenos and my own cayenne peppers, which I will be using today. So this is going to be the base of the salsa. It's going to be the tomatoes. I am going to stop this video for a minute and we'll do a quick version of me with the tomatoes. We'll come back and do the next. My jalapeno pieces chopped, and my cayenne, I removed the seeds from that too. So I'm just going to chop these all up in little tiny pieces, as small as I can get them by hand. I wanted to go ahead and start with the peppers and then add the other ingredients later, so that the peppers can start kind of marinating the tomatoes in the pepper flavor, if you know what I'm saying, kind of the hotness. I found is that a seed? Yeah, I left one seed. There's another one. Okay. Yeah, I wanted it to go ahead and start. I am cutting it super tiny. Like I said, I haven't made this in a while, but I have made this. I want mine to be kind of gourmet, kind of, not just hot to be hot, but hot to have a good flavor as well. Still enough where you can enjoy it. Now, of course, if you're making this yourself, you can add whatever kind of peppers you want. I don't know if jalapenos are the most common ones. That's what I think. I think jalapeno is the most common to be used in this. But I decided to grow cayenne peppers this year, so I thought it'd be really neat to add some of those peppers for a little bit of a different flavor. So I think it's going to be really good. So once I get these peppers chopped up, I will go ahead and stir them in. And then wash my hands again. Now we're going to revisit putting more in them later. But we're going to go ahead and add all the ingredients. Then we're going to go back and start trying it with a spoon to get the flavor right. Since we're entering this into a contest, we want to make sure it has a good flavor in the background instead of just being hot sauce to be hot sauce. I want it to be good stuff, good stuff. Takes a while to cut something this tiny. I know I could have probably used a chopper, but I actually like chopping. Now, once I've done it for a while, I do eventually get tired of it, but I don't think, I did actually get a little bored while chopping the tomatoes because there was like 6 of them and they're pretty good size. So, but yeah, I'm trying to chop this jalapeno as tiny as I can. Now we're going to start on the cayenne. Chop it in half and then go down. I know that cayenne is more hot than a jalapeno. So I mean, I might put more. I'm just gonna, like I said, I haven't done it for a while, so I want to make sure I get the heat part of it right. And I'm going for a medium heat. Now, after I've had a little of it, I might add a little bit more pepper to it. For the people who are trying it, they probably want it a little hotter than what I would like it. I keep finding little seeds. I do want to save some of these cayenne seeds. Do you guys have any recipes that you make with cayenne peppers? I was curious. Everybody says cayenne pepper, you know, powdered, whatever. Everybody's talking about cayenne pepper for the seasoning, but does anybody actually have any dishes that they make with fresh cayenne pepper? That's really what I want to know. All right, so that's how much pepper I'm going to put in it for right now. Like I said, once we get all the other ingredients in, we'll probably end up adding more peppers to it. That's what we're adding for right now. I'm going to get this stirred in so it can start to put some of that heat into the tomato part as well. I like marinating because it's going to be tomorrow morning, so I want to get some heat into this. I like to leave all the tomato juice. I like it to be juicy and chunky. There's that. All right. Now, next we're going to do the cilantro. I'll put this bowl over to me a little bit closer. Okay. All right. So I've already washed it. So now I'm just going to break off some pieces into here. Not really going to measure it. Just going to kind of do it until I think it's good. This is going to put some green into it so that it'll make it pretty. It'll be colorful. This is fresh cilantro from my garden. Break that one up a little bit so they don't get a mouthful of cilantro. And then any kind of a big stem, I'll pull out because I don't want them to get a big old stem in their mouth either. I didn't know how much cilantro I would need, so I just picked more than what I need, and I can always go back and put back what I don't need. This gives it a good background flavor too, I think. Kind of like, you know, how Chef Ramsay says layers of flavor. This is like one of the layers. It's one of the pretty background layers. I knew a piece dropped in there that was too big, so I had to go back in for it. I love fresh salsa like this that's homemade. Trying to take apart the layers. This one's kind of clumped together. Okay, a little bit more. Like I said, I'm going to keep adding things until it tastes right. Cilantro. Now for the extra acidity, I'm going to add some lime. Let's see how, this is 1 teaspoon. Let's do 2 teaspoons. We're going to hang on to that. We might end up using more of that later. We're going to also add in a little bit of salt. I thought I had a measuring thing. I'm just going to spoon in about a teaspoon of salt. Like I said, we'll come back if we need to and add more. I also thought garlic powder would be good in here. And parsley. I meant to save some of my fresh parsley when I was harvesting it, and I totally forgot. So, I'm just going to put in some of this. Okay, we still need to do the garlic. I'm going to go ahead and give this a stir. I bet it's going to start tasting good. And of course, the longer it sits, the more it infuses all those flavors into the tomatoes. So it'll be really, really good. I'm going to put that to the side. And we're going to work on a clove of garlic. I'll put that back on the plate there. That's where my extra stuff's going to be. I need to add more spice. This is always the fun part. Oh, that came off really easy. Wow, that never happens. No, I think there's more. I think there's more to come off of it. I thought that was the layer, but it's not. There's more. Well, I think, let's see, this is always the hard part. Is getting the layer off. I can still hear my neighbor mowing outside. Looking forward to this picnic. At the picnic, they do drawings where you can win stuff. Last year, I won a, you know, the fitness thing that you put on your hand. But I ended up being allergic to it because of the plastic it was made out of. And I meant to get a different band for it. So, anyway, I'm going to cut this garlic up in tiny pieces. I'm going to go ahead and do the whole clove. I think this will give it a really good flavor. Hopefully. I don't know what everybody usually puts in theirs. I just kind of doing it on my own. Let me know if there's anything you put in your hot sauce or your chunky salsa that's different from what I'm putting in it. I'm just curious to know. And what do you think about my ingredients? Is there anything you would add, anything you would take away from it? That's kind of the end where it came out of the ground, so I'm not going to use that piece. Oops, sorry. very tedious work cutting garlic. Just looks like cutting those peppers in little pieces. But I'm almost done. Once I finish this, I'll be able to start doing the testing to see if I need to add anything. Kind of getting a whiff of peppers from over there. That's kind of a little bit breathtaking. Of course, I'll have to wash my hands about 50 times because, you know, I don't want to get any in my eyes or anything. Everybody always likes to make the joke, don't pick your nose or go to the bathroom after chopping hot peppers. There's the garlic. Okay, we're going to hang on to the plate and the knife in case you want to cut anything else. We're going to give it a good stir. Alright. I'm going to go wash my hands and come back and we'll do a taste test. Alright guys, it's looking really, really good. It's got a nice red and green, a little bit of white from the garlic. So that's what it looks like right now. Chunky salsa. That's the way I like it. I like it to have chunks. I'm like that with my guacamole too. I like my guacamole to have chunks too. Love it. Looks really, really good. Alright, let's do a taste test and see if it needs anything. If it's got the proper amount of peppers, cilantro, garlic, seasoning, all that. Let's check it out. Got a little drink next to me just in case. I don't know how hot it's going to be, so. It's good. It's good. I feel like it needs a little bit more peppers in it. I think it could do with a little bit more peppers. So I have this other half of the cayenne. See if we can get these seeds out. These are the seeds I want to save right here because I don't actually have any of these. I don't have any cayenne pepper seeds. Here's the other one. I think I might add a little bit more lime too. These are the seeds I'm going to save. I'll spread them out on the plate and let them dry out. Then I'll put them in one of my little seed containers so I can grow them next year. Alright. Get all the seeds to the side. And I'm just going to cut this in half long ways. And then cut this way. I think I didn't actually get a pepper in the bite that I had. So I feel like I need to put a little bit more peppers in it. I might do another whole jalapeno as well. Kind of curious how hot this cayenne pepper is. Do y'all want to try it? Okay. I might regret this. Oh God. Oh my gosh, it's so hot. Oh my gracious. The cayenne is definitely hotter than the jalapeno. I don't think I had a piece of cayenne in the bite I had. Oh my goodness. Wow. This is like a coffee shake, so it has a little milk in it. So hopefully that'll coat my mouth until the burn goes away. Still burning. Make sure I get these in little bitty chunks because we know how hot this is. We officially know how hot the cayenne is now. Cayenne is definitely hotter than jalapeno. Make sure I get all these in little tiny pieces. Maybe it won't burn as long. Smaller piece you get. I'm guessing the judges are pretty adjusted to heat, or they wouldn't have signed up to be a judge, to judge hot sauce. So that's why I want to make sure it's not too wimpy, because, you know, they're going to want it to have a little heat. Alright, here's the other half of cayenne. So it's officially got one whole jalapeno and one whole cayenne. Get that good stir. Let's add a little bit more lime. If you actually got a couple of those cayennes in your bite at one time, that would probably really kick your butt. Goodness. Smells so good. All those fresh ingredients. Yum, yum, yum. Alright, let's give it another test. I got a pepper this time, but I think it was the jalapeno, not the cayenne. So, I think I'm going to add more of the cayenne, not the jalapeno, based on that bite. But this is the basic recipe. I will add it in the description box of this video. I hope you'll give this chunky salsa recipe a try. It is delicious. The bites I had that did not have, I took one bite off the camera, and I wish you had seen it because I was really kind of struggling a little bit. I'm sorry you missed that, but I was like, oh, let me see what it needs. I took a bite and I must have got one of those cayenne, and my mouth was on fire for a little bit. But it went away pretty quick, so. But yeah, it looks good. It smells good. It's a nice dark red color with some green. The cilantro is awesome in there, and I really like it. So I'm going to add one more cayenne pepper, so that'll bring me up to 1 jalapeno and 2 cayennes. I think this is what it needs, a little bit more heat, because those judges are going to want some heat in the salsa, and this is going to be something different than your basic jalapeno. So that's what I'm going to do, is add some more cayenne. So I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. Please share this video on your community tab if you think it's a good recipe. Please like, please make a comment. Let me know what you think about my recipe. Let me know if you think you might try it. And let me know if you're growing any of these ingredients in your garden. You guys have a great day. Be blessed. Do something kind, guys. Bye.